Is my microphone working? I hope. I did this last time too. I'm gonna try. I noticed that the audio is really bad. I don't have a fix for that at this point. And this time I'm in the dark. So it's good. Quality's getting worse, guys. Not better. With that being said, this is just gonna be like a collective general reading. And I'm doing this because I can't sleep. And I was just like trying to sleep. Suddenly I was like, I should pull tarot. So we're tarot pulls, and we're recording it because why not? And we're gonna see what comes out. Okay, what do we have? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. First of all, the glare in my glasses, bro. I can't see either way. I'll just be blind. Okay. 5 of Pentacles and 10 of Swords. In reverse, both in reverse. So bear with me, I am very tired as I'm doing this. I haven't slept a lot in the past little bit. So it's gonna take me a while to think. That being said, those two are coming out together, and then there's another sort of side message here coming through with the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess in reverse. Clarify what we're talking about with 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords reversed. Wow, okay. Oh shit. Okay. So I'm seeing a connection. We have the 2 of Cups here. Oh boy. So yeah, it feels like there's some kind of connection that's not quite come to a close yet. Or you thought it sort of ended. Things had ended. There wasn't going to be anything new coming from this connection, and I think that maybe there is in fact more coming from this connection. Because yeah, 2 of Cups coming out, and the 2 of Cups is coming out sort of in between everything. And between that, or on each side of it, is the Page of Swords, which is wariness, and then the 10 of Wands, and then there's 2 cards sort of in between those. Which it makes me sort of think that there's 2 sides. We're sort of looking at both sides of the connection here. And on the one side, it's the Page of Swords, so jealousy, wariness, like being on edge about a connection, and the Knight of Pentacles. So that, I'm going to clarify that maybe with some more. I'm going to clarify each side, I think. Because the 10 of Wands is coming out with the World card too, which is sort of interesting. Yeah. Okay. Clarify the other side. Okay. So, on one side of this connection, it feels like we have someone almost trying to offer the world, but they can't. It's coming through as the Seven of Swords, which is kind of like, it's like a lie, it's a bluff, it's a manipulation, it's a, I say this so that you don't leave, or so that I get what I want from you. It doesn't really feel like it's coming from like a genuine place. And I don't think with the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands is, sorry, I'm looking for something that I can't seem to find. I don't know where it is. Okay. The Ten of Wands, it makes me think of someone doing something inefficiently, but not necessarily because they know they're doing it wrong. Like, they are. But with the Seven of Swords, it does make me think that perhaps, like, between those two energies, like, maybe they are saying things that they know are not true, but they aren't necessarily doing it out of malice. I think they're just more doing it out of not understanding. Which is rough, because the other side of this connection is giving hella stable, hella giving. Because yeah, the side with the Page of Swords, I'm getting with the Page of Swords, like, on this side of the connection, and again, like, you can sort of figure out which side of connection you might be on, but it's coming through with the Six of Pentacles, which is giving. It's coming through with the Ten of Pentacles, which is like a stable, income, abundant background. And then it's coming through with the Page of Pentacles being a stable giving energy. So I'm maybe gonna ask more about, what is this lack of ending? What's happening here? What card was that? Damn. Okay. Jesus. That's a bundle. Bro, this is a bundle. Oh, God. The things, okay. The things I do. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So we have two sides again, and I don't know which side goes with which. But I think it's this side with, yeah. Just so interesting. So I think this is sort of, man. Okay. Oh, I keep hitting and it's like making my computer jiggle. Too tired. Okay, in this connection, this like resurgence, what's coming through here is the Four of Wands. Sorry, had to process that for a minute. So the Four of Wands, that's like typically your like, it's a marriage card, but like not a marriage card. Think about what marriage, I'm not saying marriage, but think about what marriage represents. Marriage represents union, celebration between two individuals or two prospects, because you could also, because technically the Four of Wands can also be for like work and stuff, with like work business partners, you know, that type of thing. But with the connection, I'm assuming we're talking connection here. So this card feels very marriagey right now, which is interesting. it's giving like getting back with someone, or maybe dating someone for the first time. Like low-key, it kind of gives like yeah, low-key, it kind of gives like, oh, this was the one that we never tried, but this time we are, which I don't know how I feel about for anybody. That being said, goodness, okay, I'll clarify guidance for if this is a good, I'll do, if this is a good connection, I'll try and figure that out. But to start with, the reason this is having a resurgence is I think the side that seems to be, I don't even want to say lying, like, it's not giving lying energy, it's just like giving promising too much. This person, ooh, burps. This person is coming out with the Sun and the Page of Wands. So that gives me the vibe of like communicating joy. And just like a really like, if you're a tarot reader, that was probably painful because there was no intuitive. That was just the base card readings. But give me a second, let me get into it. It's giving someone who's trying to communicate, like, it's giving reminiscing about the past. Like, I feel like whoever this was, because there is a resurgence, you were probably friends or something. I don't know. And it's giving like this person's trying to talk to you about like the good old days when the sun was bright, but the sun set. And I think that probably has to do with the lying. So if I had to guess, I would say the first side that I read was probably history more than anything. And now this is talking about like where each person's at with the relationship and like what they're thinking about it. Especially because our other side, our side with our Page of Swords is coming out with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nope, Eight of Swords in reverse. I always mix that up. Okay, so, ooh, those two are, ooh, okay, that's cool. I love when my guides do funny stuff like that. That's fun. Okay, so as I picked up the Eight of Swords, the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords flipped upright. So, yeah, I think the situation is, I think whoever I'm reading for is probably the side that sort of was like the Pentacles and the Page of Swords. I think that's the side that I'm mostly gonna read for here for the rest of this. Because what I'm getting is I'm getting that you're called to make like a decisive decision. So the Two of Swords is about making a decision. It's about trusting your intuition and making a decision. So that being said, that's coming out with the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about hope. It's about rekindling hope. So I think what this is you're sort of in a state of letting go of this connection. And I feel like whatever connection this is, you probably feel trapped in. And then, yeah, you left it. And there's, at some point, oh God, and I know how this relates to my own life. But at some point, there's probably gonna be, I knew how this related to my own life a while ago. I just didn't say it until now. Just for like my friends watching, I knew. Shush. Um, for once, there's probably, I would say, like a celebration that's gonna happen at some point, or some kind of like festival, maybe. Hint, 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 wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I would say, whatever festival this is, this person is going to approach you and they're going to really communicate in a way that's fun and seems very joyful and very happy. And you're being asked to make a decision about whether or not there's hope for this connection. That being said, I want to do a little bit of insight about sort of whether this connection is worth it. Because I don't like that Seven of Swords coming out. And I mean, God, if this is the connection I'm thinking of in my own life, That being said, however, I don't know about every situation and every person's situation, but I can pull cards. So let's see. Oh, and that hurts. Okay. So for the person I'm reading for, what will this relationship? I don't even know what to ask. What do I ask? I guess. Let's ask about the other person's intentions. So the person I'm not reading for, what are their intentions for this relationship? And okay, friendship. Okay, yeah, friendship, temperance, or Page of Cups, temperance. Okay. Yeah. No. Sorry, no. So, this person is coming through with friendship, right? So they're coming through with a Page of Cups. Which is, again, like, that's a cup of, like, wanting a friendship. Wanting a platonic, fun, light connection. And they're coming through with temperance. Temperance is kind of like balance in a way. It's balancing the waters. It's I feel like whatever. And then, which, that's all good and fine. That's all good and fine. What else they come through with is Seven of Cups and Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. I cannot stress this more than anything. Whoever this is looking for options. They're looking. Do I have to explain it? I don't like this energy. I don't. They're giving fuckboy. They're giving a like guy or a person who's just kind of there to keep their options open so they can like be non-committal. Which, hey, this checks out. This checks out. So yeah, don't love that. Yeah, it's just Because, yeah, this is like my independent female card, and then these are both like two, like these are polar opposites. Like it's giving. And with the option cards, yeah, it's giving like somebody who wants to be friends with, like, I don't even want to say be friends with. It's not even wanting to be friends. It's like, I'm going to put my energy into multiple people of the opposite sex that I think might be interested in me, so that way I can, like, be around them all and get all of the attention that I want without having to commit. That's what it gives. And now, just for funsies, I want to read what is the person that I'm reading for, what is their sort of intentions toward this relationship. I want to know where you are at, because if it's anything like where I'm at, damn, interesting. That's all in reverse. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Knight of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse, and then the Empress in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Oh. I feel like maybe you don't think you can be happy by yourself. And I don't like to say that because I really don't want to hear that. Let's talk about this. Okay, clarify the Empress in reverse, please. King of Wands in reverse. Okay. King of Wands in reverse declare. Yeah. It's a lack of confidence. It feels like a lack of confidence. Maybe you don't see yourself in this Empress energy. Okay. What are you thinking about the relationship? Yeah. Okay. So Temperance is coming through again. So I do think somehow there's like, yeah, a want for balance, a want for things to be protected. And I don't think necessarily protect the relationship, but I think whoever you are, you do sort of want like a balance in the relationship of how it is. Maybe, I mean, maybe whoever this is has been reaching out, or maybe you've been reaching out, or whatever, although it seems like the offer is more from the other person's side. Especially because you're coming through with the 7 of Wands and Justice in reverse, which the 7 of Wands is like hard work. So in reverse, like it gives, and Justice in reverse. Yeah, I think this connection, something happened. Justice was not gained, and you figured that justice would never. Like, it really feels like whatever this connection is, you like cut ties, you moved on, you gave up hope. Whereas it doesn't feel like this other person has. And the Empress in reverse, it really feels like you just aren't showing up in this person's world. Like, it feels kind of like you are still that Empress energy. You aren't in the open for this person, specifically because the King of Wands in reverse. And to be honest, like the King of Wands is kind of this person's energy. King of Wands is kind of that like overly confident and egotistical kind of energy. In some cases, so that coming through in reverse makes me think that maybe just you're not entertaining this person. Yeah, and I'll just pull like a little bit of like, okay, say you gave hope to this connection. What is the outcome for our individual watching this reading? Okay. So, Page of Cups in reverse. That's French. That's not a friendship. That is. I don't think this would go well because we also have the Five of Swords, which is like picking up after a fight, and we have the Five of Wands, which is the fight. So I think you'd end up having to cut this person off again. Yeah, and then coming through is the Hangman with the Six of Cups, and the immediate message I got with that is getting a new perspective on what forgiveness means. So I'm feeling like sort of the best guidance that can really, I feel weird saying guidance, but it's just, I don't know, is it worth it? Like, you can forgive someone and not let them back into their life because you can know that if you do let them back into their life, it's not going to be fucking pretty and it's not going to be worth it. Yeah, you can forgive someone, you can love someone, you can care about someone, and you can still say, no, you're not a good person to be around me. So yeah, that's my bid there. There was two other cards that came out in another section, but I'm exhausted. I do remember what they were, and the fact that I remember what they were is making me think I should read for them. Oh, fine. What were they? They were the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess. Of course, I can't find them because I shuffled them into the deck. What was that about? It's another bundle. More cards fell out, by the way. That's why I was like, oh my god. Okay, and it fell. Oh, it was one card and it fell right on top of. Okay, cool. We have the Moon, the Hermit, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. The Six of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. High Priestess. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands charges into the fray. He says things with passion. He says things with temper, but not too much. He's not the fighter, but he is confident and he knows what he's saying. Okay. High Priestess in reverse. Intuition in reverse. That makes me think. Okay. So, with the Knight of Swords, or Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess in reverse, it makes me think that maybe. Yeah, okay, and the Moon and the Hermit. Someone's coming forward, but they aren't reflecting and they aren't using their own intuition. Yeah, they're coming forward with some kind of like conversation, but it's like it's a passionate conversation. It's definitely not like a chill conversation. It's a kind of an argument, but more of like a heated conversation. I don't know. And I think, I think whoever's coming through is coming through with some kind of gift that has to do with like a happy home, happy family energy. But it's not sustainable. They haven't worked hard. They haven't put in the effort. This page, yeah, the only pentacle here that's like upright is the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, which the Page of Pentacles, like, he has money, but he's not super rich, and he's kind of aloof. Like, I always view him as kind of like an aloof figure. So it's really giving like someone's coming forward thinking they have like this Ace of Pentacles to give, but they don't. They haven't put in the effort to actually have that. It's not intuitively guided at all. They're passionate about it, but it's not intuitively guided. And I wonder if that's even the offer, maybe, of friendship from this other person. Maybe it has something to do with that. Yeah, okay. 31 minutes, 33, yeah. That's the reading. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed. I hope. Or not. Who knows at this point? I've sort of given up. But hey. We keep trucking. As long as there is the next day, we'll be there. Okay. Good night.